we fix it. Hey you guys, PrettyTarot YouTube channel here, and this is a timeless pick a card reading. Do you see? That's all my knitting and stuff back there, and other cards and stuff like that. This is my workspace, but yeah, this is a timeless pick a card reading, and this reading pertains to discovering what is it that someone is not telling you. Maybe it's some sort of secrets that they're hiding. Maybe it is just something that, you know, they're not telling you for whatever reason. Like if you have a situation where maybe you are involved with someone personally, or it's a situation where you may have been just kind of wondering why someone is not behaving normally, or they're not, or they're, you know, maybe someone's acting a little odd with you, a little funny, a little weird, trivial. Maybe someone's being wishy-washy with you. Maybe someone is being inconsistent with you, or maybe you feel like someone is hiding something or not telling you the details, or they're just not, maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe they're afraid to tell you something, you know, or maybe they're too shy to tell you something. Whatever it is, you know something's bugging you about the situation or about the person you're dealing with. So that's what this reading is pertaining to. It can mostly, I feel like this would mostly pertain to love life situations. However, it can also pertain to people who may have other personal situations going on, you know, that they may be kind of curious about. Whenever you find this reading, it is the right time for you to receive the information as well as the advice from the tarot and from the oracle cards. So this is a timeless reading. It could be 3 years from now. If you found this reading on my channel, you are meant to receive whatever information that you receive. Now, I have 6 decks here. Okay, I have 6 decks. Some of you already know how this go. For those of you who know how this go, you can just go on and skip down to the timestamps and select your deck. And you know, but for those of you who are not familiar, I have 6 decks here. I have not seen any of the cards. I just randomly shuffled and put them in each pile, and as I felt they needed to belong in. And you pick a deck. So there's deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, deck 4, deck 5, deck 6. Okay, so there's 6 decks for me to select from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Select the deck that you feel is screaming at you the most, the deck that stands out to you most. If you are absolutely unsure, take a moment to just kind of be still, be quiet, and just kind of let a number come to you, okay? And then select that number. Just meditate on it. In regards to what it is you need to know about whoever it is that you are concerned or curious about in your situation. Okay, so I encourage you to pick only one deck. However, you may pick more than one deck if you absolutely feel like, I'm sorry about that, if you absolutely feel like your situation is drawing you to pick more than one deck. Okay, and I apologize if the music is too loud for any reason. I'm going to actually try to attempt to turn it down just a little bit. I'm going to try to talk loud, but I have the music on, and I have these fans on because I'm hot. So I have the fans on because I'm hot, and then, but also I have the music on because it's relaxing to me as the reader, and I want you guys to be relaxed as you're trying to select the deck. And also, I'm trying to also make sure I drown out the background noise from all the family members, okay? Because I don't want that to be an issue. So, let's go ahead, and you can pause the video if you need more time. However, I'm going to go ahead and get started with deck 1. I will be time stamping. You can look for the timestamps in the details section below, in the description box below. You can also check in the comment section for the timestamps. If for any reason I accidentally forget to do timestamps, please forgive me. That has happened once, and I appreciate those of you who do timestamp. If I forget the timestamp, I have so much gratitude to you. And if you're interested in a personal reading, You can also check that in the description box below and in the comments. And right now I have readings starting from $5 going all the way up to $65, and it's for different readings. Okay, so there's something for everyone, for their budget and what you may even be looking for. Okay, and I appreciate you guys so much, for all of you who have booked readings with me, and for those of you who have been so kind and generous to donate to support all the free readings that I do on my channel. And I will be trying to do more readings. You can also subscribe if you'd like to make sure you know when I'm doing the readings. Now I'm gonna tell you, as I shuffle all these decks, the energy was heavy. You hear me? That energy was so heavy. I felt that energy like it was just hitting me. So the energy that I've got from this is very emotional, turmoil type of energy. So let's see what's coming up. So I'm going to move the other decks aside, okay? And I'm going to leave deck 1 here. But I'm going to keep these in order so that I can remember which deck is which, okay? So all the decks are being moved aside. I do know who's who, okay? They're all over here. And this is deck 1. So if you selected deck 1, let's see what you guys have here in regards to what is it that they are not telling you, okay? I'm going to, yikes. And one of your cards fell on the floor there. I'm going to pick it up. And there are some cards that are meant for me to read in the reverse, and some that are meant for me to read in the upright. However, I will point out to you, even though the ones that I intend to read in the upright, I will point out if they are in reverse, just to point out that there may be something to that, okay? And from my experience, there usually is something to it, okay? So, for deck number 1. So with deck number 1, it is very apparent that there is, of course, something they're not telling you. Duh, that's why you're here. But it's definitely apparent here, okay, that there's something that they're not telling you. It's also apparent here that whoever this is, though you may be feeling like they're not telling you something, or that they're hiding something from you, it's possible that they may not very well be actually trying to do that. And I say that only because the mysticism card is here, in which this person is cloaked. So it's like they're hiding, and you don't know what you're dealing with or who you're dealing with, or they don't want you to see them, right? But this is in the reverse. So this is the exact opposite of that energy, where they're not hiding, or they don't have anything to hide at all. There's nothing really that may be a secret, or that they're keeping in terms of details from you or whatever, or information from you. Though I feel like there's confusion here in this situation, because like I said, if you're here, then that means you feel like they're hiding something from you. But the mysticism card reverse is clearly pointing out that they're not trying to hide anything from you. It may appear that way, but I don't feel like that is their intentions here. Okay, it could be also you feel like they're maybe immature and playing games and things like that, because you have a child here and he's playing a game, you know. But like I said, I feel like this person, they may very well be, they could be immature, you know. And it could feel like they're playing games, okay? But the other thing I want to point out with this card here is that this is also a schoolboy. So this person has much to learn. Okay, this person has much to learn, and therefore I feel like once again it's possible that it may not be their intention to play games or to be immature. It's just they still have much to learn. I'm also getting premature is also what comes to mind when I see this card. That something here may be very well premature. So it could be that maybe your assumptions are premature. Maybe you're getting the wrong idea about this person or with the situation here that you're dealing with. So I'm also getting premature decision is also what I'm hearing. Someone making a premature decision. Someone is decidedly making up their mind before they could really get all the full details here, okay? Before they could really get all the information out on the table is kind of what I'm getting. And I'm going with this very intuitively, you guys. I see the cards, but I'm also going with this intuitively, based off of how I have them laid out intuitively, and based off of what I'm feeling with each card and what I'm sensing with the energy here. You have unconditional love, which means if this is a situation, you know, whoever this is involving, like I said, I feel like this is a very innocent vibe here. This is a very innocent vibe. This is unconditional love is all about, you know, accepting someone or, you know, a situation without discriminating against anything that normally would appear to be unappealing or something that someone does not want to deal with. They're willing to accept that person in the situation regardless, however they are. Flaws and all, you know, mistakes and errors. Like, they're willing to accept people for their imperfections and for being less than perfect, okay? So perhaps this person feels this unconditional type of vibe towards you or feeling towards you where or that's just the energy that they have here, is that they're not really they're not wanting to judge you, because unconditional love comes from a place of non-judgment. Okay, it comes from a place of non-judgment. So maybe that is also maybe what they're not telling you. Maybe what they're not, maybe it's also what they're not presenting to you. Now, I have to point out here, when I see a child, you know, children represent innocence. So once again, this person could very well be feeling innocent here, or this person could just be kind of innocent in their ways. I also want to point out to some of you, though, because this could be more than one narrative in this situation, whereas the other narrative for another group of you, there may actually be a child in the situation somehow, that, you know, there's a child involved somehow and they're not telling you about it. But I say that for those of you who, you know, fit into this other narrative, okay? So in one narrative, someone here is just quite innocent. They're quite young and fresh, but they may be immature or, you know, premature in the way they handle things or are, but they're quite innocent. They're not hiding anything. Okay? They just may have a lot to learn about how to deal with people or how to handle things or how to communicate, things like that. It could be that you're, you know, whether they're prematurely judging you or they're trying not to, maybe you are prematurely judging them, but you really don't want to, kind of thing. And whoever this is to resonate for, you'll know what I'm talking about here. For any of those of you, if you are confused about what I'm saying here, come back later. bookmark this reading and then come back later, because it's possible that maybe this has not happened yet for you. Maybe everything has not unfolded yet enough for you to really know what's going on. It's also possible, and I'll say this much, people have to be really particular about taking time to pick the right deck, meaning you take the time to meditate on it, pray on it, or you trust and follow your heart with whichever deck you choose, so that you're guided to the actual information you need to hear. Okay? But I feel like this is for someone. Okay? This is most definitely for someone, because it's kind of, this is very unique here in this situation. But, so, there's this thing here with some sort of change of luck, okay? But it's like, right now, I feel like they're not feeling so lucky, they're not feeling so high right now. I feel like this person does not feel very good about where they are in life right now, okay? They may be feeling like they don't have enough, or like they're not doing so well in life. Or like they're struggling for whatever reason, because when the Wheel of Fortune's in reverse, that means they're not having the best luck. Okay, so it's possible that they may be hoping they could have a change of luck, because you have the Ten of Pentacles here, in which this is all about if you want a change of luck, this would be the kind of luck you would want, because this is a prosperous card. It's a card of prosperity, abundance, and wealth, and doing really well in life, and having much going for you in life, and those kind of things. This is also about gaining and benefiting and inheriting wealth, or inheriting something great. This is also a card of, like I said, seeing how one can benefit, seeing what one can gain in a situation. But this is also a card of a desire to turn everything they touch into gold, okay? Everything they get involved with into success. So this person desires to really take and see everything work out successfully. Okay, this is what they want. This is what they're hoping for. This is what they're expecting. This is what they're wishing for. This is what they're thinking about. This is what they're focused on. Okay, they're focused on seriously changing their luck for the best luck here. And I don't feel like they're necessarily hiding that. It's possible that maybe it's just something that you may not be able to see, or you may be looking past for whatever reason. But the thing about it is, this person may also be obsessed too with wanting to reach a certain amount of success, or wanting to gain a certain amount of prosperity, money, and wealth. Because the one thing about this particular Ten of Pentacles here, for this particular deck that I have, the Whimsical Tarot, is this is about the fairy tale of King Midas, who made a wish. He made a wish to everything he touched turned to gold, and so his wish was granted. However, he got so overly ambitious and so overzealous and kind of, I don't want to say greedy. He got so excited and so strong in his desire and to see everything he touched into gold, that everything, like I said, when he touched everything and it was turning to gold because his wish was granted, it's like he failed to stop and realize, wait a minute, life isn't really worth what you think it is, if all you have is a bunch of money but you don't have anybody to enjoy that wealth and prosperity with, because King Midas ended up turning everything into gold. Literally everything and everyone he ended up turning to gold. Okay, literally to gold stone, and to where he was the only one left standing, and he had no one to enjoy all of that gold with, all that wealth with. Okay, so it was a lesson he had to learn. And perhaps this is a lesson this person has to learn, but maybe they have not learned that yet because they're kind of immature, or they may be young in their thinking, or they may be immature in their thinking, or they may be just, they have not learned this yet. Because this person here, this young person still has a lot to learn, and it doesn't matter what their age is, they still have much to learn. Okay? And so perhaps they can't even tell this to you or communicate this to you because they don't know. They don't realize this themselves. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like they feel they're being honest and upfront with you about everything, but maybe you just feel like there's more to it. Whatever the case is, they feel some sort of way innocent. They feel harmless, and they feel like their arms are open to accept you without any judgment. So it's possible that maybe you have a prejudgment of them. Like I said, I remember hearing earlier, intuitively, prejudgment. It's possible that you have a prejudgment of them that may not necessarily be correct of them, you know. You have the reconciliation card here in the reverse. However, with this particular deck, I prefer to read it in the upright just because the advice is here. So someone from your past is returning to your life. This is for them. This is for them. It's possible that someone may have returned to their life, and maybe they have not mentioned this to you. Or it's possible that you're thinking someone has returned to their life, like an ex or something. Maybe you think they're dealing with an ex. But because this is in the reverse, because I do intend to read this in reverse, though I tend to like to read this deck in upright because the messages on it, it's possible that though you may be thinking they're dealing with somebody else from the past, like an ex or something, they may not very well be doing this. I think the reason why, if, like, let's say if, you know, they've been seeming really busy, or they've been seeming like they haven't been paying you much attention, you may be fearing the worst and thinking it's because, oh my God, they might be dealing with another ex or something like that, blah, blah, blah. They may not be doing that. Okay? They may not be doing that at all. They may just be focused on the fact that they don't feel like they're doing well in life, and they want to do better. They want to prosper. Okay? And feeling like they don't have anything to hide here. They feel innocent. They may have a whole lot to learn. And they may appear to be playing games, you know. But I don't think they're doing it on purpose. They don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're young at heart, probably immature minded, you know, so they don't realize that maybe their behavior is coming off as immature. To them, they feel innocent, like they're not doing any harm, and they just kind of feel like, you know, they accept you and everybody unconditionally, you know. They're not judging anyone, though you may be judging them. That's kind of the message that I'm getting here. And for some of you, they may not be expecting to work things out if you have somehow, you know, fallen out with each other. It's possible that maybe they just feel like they can't work this out, or they're not going to work this out, or maybe they're not expecting that this is going to work out. But they probably don't want to tell you that, maybe because they don't want to throw you off, or maybe they don't want to put you off. And it's not to say that they may not work this out, but maybe that's how they're feeling, like they don't know if they can work this out with you, you know. And I feel like if that's the way they're feeling, they're not telling you this because they don't want to, like I said, they don't want to go through that drama with you. They don't want to go through those changes. Maybe they don't want to hurt your feelings or anything like that, or maybe they just don't want to, or they don't feel the need to say it. That's also the other thing. They could be also feeling like they don't need to say it, which is also immature communication. But like I said, this person, they still have a lot to learn. Okay. Now you have the yes card here. The yes card here. So for those of you who may have had any particular concerns or questions here about something in your situation, and it pertained to something that you're wondering a yes or no question, there's your answer right there. But when I get cards like that, I always like to clarify specifically what is that yes or no pertaining to. Also, something I want to point out here, this person could also, and like I said, this is going to apply to a slightly different group of you guys. This person could also be feeling, you could be thinking that they don't really care, but they feel unconditional love towards you. Meaning they really do have some sort of love towards you, and it's unconditional. They accept you for flaws and all, no matter how imperfect or not you may be. And everybody has flaws, okay? They don't feel they have anything to hide, though, you know, like I said, you may be feeling like they do. And they could be aware that they like to play games and that they're immature and childish and, you know, young at heart. But to them, they feel like they're young at heart, and they feel young, and they feel like, well, why can't they enjoy life, okay? But they also could be feeling like they're not having very good luck with you right now, and they, you know, maybe they don't see a change of luck. However, like I said, they could be hoping for the better with the Ten of Pentacles there, okay? Big luck, you know, with, you know what I'm saying, in terms of wanting to really see how they can benefit in dealing with you, or maybe how they can benefit, period, in their love life, whether it's with you or others. Like I said, they probably feel, though, like they don't know if this reconciliation will happen or if they can really work things out with you. But like I said, if you're thinking, like I said, they're dealing with someone from the past, they're really not. Now, in regards to that yes. Okay. So, this is in regards to, this is the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so this is about a new start not happening. And it's related to not juggling, okay? It's related to not juggling. And you have a fire sign here, okay? This could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or someone with fire energy, you know? This could also be someone who they're confident and warm. They could be very charismatic, very charming, very sociable, very, they like to travel, they like to chit-chat a lot, talk a lot, have conversations, they get around, and don't take offense to that, and, you know, they deal with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? This is a very social person, they deal with a lot of people. And for some reason, I'm hearing they're loyal to themselves. They can be very dominant. They can also be fiery. They can be temperamental. They could be arrogant. They can be conceited. You know, when they're in their negative energy or whatever. They can also be bossy with their negative energy. They can also be a narcissist. as well when they're in the negative energy. Otherwise, if, you know, in the upright, and they're in the upright, they fit all the positive qualities here. Okay? So, this is about something not being difficult to get off the ground with a new start, or it's just not a new start happening at all because there were difficulties. But like I said, not juggling here. So they're not juggling, you know, whether that is relating to people, job, finances, money, you know, they're not juggling. And I feel like this person is completely, it's because it's completely up to them, you know, what's happening here in terms of, and I feel like they are in control. They got this under control because this is someone who's also, they can be a boss or a manager. There's someone who, you know, they know how to take control in situations, you know. I feel like they somehow feel like they got this under control. The advice you have here in this situation, you have the Magician. And the Magician card is all about, you know, making things happen rather than being passive in a situation. It's about making things happen. And it's about, you know, taking charge and using whatever skills, experience, charm, talents, whatever you have at your disposal to make things happen. And the card says you are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. So you're being advised to not be passive here in the situation, but you're also being advised to clear the fog. So I feel like you're being told here to reach out and communicate and clear things up here, okay? Just clear things up. There's a misunderstanding here about what it is that you perceive this person isn't telling you, or what it is you perceive is really going on with this person, but this is, I feel like it's definitely opposite of whatever you were thinking this person was doing or how they're behaving or whatever. So don't be passive, just reach out, you know, do something about it, clear the fog, communicate, you know, communicate. Okay, so that's deck number one. You guys definitely give me your feedback and let me know how the reading relates to you. But it resonates for someone. I apologize for those who it does not resonate with, or if you're confused for whatever reason. I think I've only had one person to tell me that they weren't they weren't understanding the reading, and but they were from another country though. They were from another country. Like, so I don't know if they were from a very foreign country where they speak English, but they also speak another language. And I know sometimes there are language barriers. And I have watched other readers' channels before that, you know, originally English is not their first language and they're from another country. And sometimes I didn't understand what they were trying to communicate either. So it could have been that is the reason why they didn't understand me. But hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from here with doing these readings. I didn't expect to spend that much time on deck one, so I'm going to try to speed all the rest of these up because that just seemed really complicated. Okay, deck number two. If you chose deck number two, let's see what you guys have going on here. Okay, so it looks like there is a lack of harmony going on here. Okay, there's a lack of harmony going on in regards to this person that you, whatever it is that's going on with you guys, and this is about what they're not telling you. There's a sense of, I don't want to say that I'm getting intuitively they're not feeling this. they're not feeling this, is what I'm getting from this card, intuitively. I keep hearing that. They're not feeling this. They're not feeling this for some reason. And it's about the connection, is what I also keep getting. Because this is, it makes sense because this upright, this is a harmony card. You know, partnerships in love, and this relates to partnerships in love. But in reverse, this is being out of harmony. This is disharmony, okay? And this is showing a lack of love in partnerships, okay? And it feels like this person is concerned about a need to be attentive here, or a need to care or show care, okay? I don't know if they need to take care of any family members or anyone in their, you know, that may be sick or anything. But this is a service card, which is usually about being attentive, showing care, showing concern, putting in energy to help someone, literally putting in service to someone, because you know, it's possible that this, you know, whatever's going on here, it may if this is a, like, let's say if this is about a relationship, this may be the relationship is going to end if it doesn't receive the attention and the care that it deserves or that it needs. Now it's possible that, like I said, they could be dealing with some family situations and, you know, maybe some loved ones that are not well, that are ill, sick, or passing, and things like that. But I feel like in regards to a relationship, it's like the relationship is really pending on the fact that it needs care, concern, and it needs to have work put into it. Otherwise it may not survive, or it's not surviving, or it's just on its way to dwindling out. There's some concern here about home as well, about a home or about a house for some reason here. It could be something going on with their home, or something going on with their house, or something going on at home that requires some sort of attention or care, and maybe there is some disharmony and discord at home, or a relationship or love that's not working out for them. And they could be very well not communicating this to you. And what I'm seeing here also is there is a need for them to overcome this obstacle here. There's a need for them to overcome the obstacles and the challenges here in the situation. There's a need for them to get somewhere here in this situation. Maybe they need to get somewhere, maybe they need to travel, maybe they need to go the distance, okay? Maybe they need to go the distance, okay? To achieve whatever they need to achieve, or to fix what they need to fix, or to help where they need help, or concern, or whatever this is. But with the Empress card here, you have this is definitely showing that there's somebody that needs to be cared for, okay? Someone here needs to actually be cared for. Someone needs to be attentive here. Someone could be overwhelmed with a lot of responsibilities. It could be children, it could be family. And I'm still seeing an elderly person here, the same way I saw someone elderly here. So it's possible that this person may have a relative that is not well. It could be a parent or something. It's also possible that, like I said, at home they have a lot of responsibilities to take care of, and not enough time. Maybe they're out of disharmony at home because of all the responsibilities, maybe some children and a family, whatever. But The Empress is also tends to be a mother figure as well. Okay, so something else I want to point out here is this is also I call a busybody card. This person is so busy. Okay, they really are busy. They're overwhelmed. This is also, if you know anything about the fairy tale, this is the little old woman in the shoe. She had so many children, she did not know what to do. Okay? The Empress card is also, I apologize, you guys, if you hear my dog bark. I don't know why he's barking like that. But with the Empress card is also about wanting to see things come to fruition. Okay? Getting your wish fulfilled. Also, seeing whatever efforts you put in pay off. Okay? So if you put some effort... So I apologize about that. The dog kept barking. Couldn't hear myself. Okay, so yeah. You also have here now. Oh yes. So you have the lack of success here is what this person may be feeling. Okay. Now, it's my intent to read this card in the upright, but I feel like this came in the reverse because this person does not feel like they're doing so well. They don't feel like they are seeing things through so well or seeing things really work out. They're not feeling great about whatever's going on here. They're not feeling like they're able to make something work. They're not feeling like it's a success. Though, it does not have to be that way. This is just how this person is seeing things, or this is what they're going through. Okay? This is the Love Yourself card, okay? But it's presented in the reverse. Is presented in the reverse. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Once again, this person is not feeling good about themselves. Their self-esteem is not so great. They may not feel like they really have much to offer. They may not feel like they can make this work. They may be having some issues here with the attraction. Whether it's they don't feel attractive, or maybe they are questioning their attraction to you. Somehow, though, they're just not... it's like they're not so sure here. They're not so sure. Advice. You got the Queen of Water here. Okay. That's a water sign. You know, that is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. That's also someone who they are in touch with their feelings. They're in touch with their emotions. They are in touch with their intuitive side. They may be psychic in some form, but they're empathetic, tender-hearted, patient, loving, nurturing. They may like to have a good time. They may like to drink, whatever it could be. So it could represent, you know, this is a person maybe that you need to consider, or a person that may hold some influence here in your situation. This could even be the energy that you need to take on, is being tender-hearted, empathetic, and patient and loving towards this person. You know, for whatever reason, because it said if you're here, you feel like there's something they're not communicating with you or telling you. And maybe, you know, you need to take on this energy of being more tenderhearted, empathetic to them in their situation, even if you don't know what's going on. Be more patient with them and more loving towards them. And the card advises relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourself and for others as well. Okay. You also have give yourself the best. Okay, give yourself the best. Nurture yourself here in this situation. This person may need to do this as well. So I feel like this card is really pointing out maybe, you know, focus on doing you, you know, focus on yourself. Don't worry about this other person, because this other person is going to need to work on themselves. This other person have things going on in their life that they need to handle. And until they handle these things and also pull themselves together in terms of their ability to feel like they can handle these things, then they may not have much to offer you, or they may not feel like they have much to offer you right, you know, right now. If this is involving a relationship or an interest in them, or whatever it is, okay, that you're concerned about with them, and what maybe why you feel like they're withholding from you, or withholding information from you, or not really communicating with you, or not really open to dealing with you, whatever it may be. Okay, so that's deck number 2, and I'm moving on to deck number 3 here. Okay, all right, so if you selected deck number 3, let's see what you have going on here. Oh, okay. All right. For a minute, I thought I was missing some cards. I'm like, wait a minute, where's the cards at? Okay. So with this situation here, this person, what they're not telling you is that they really, they need to take some time to recover, to restore balance, to regain their peace of mind, to just chill, to get themselves in order. Okay, because they may be tired, worn out, stressed out, overworked. They may have a lot going on. They may feel at odds with themselves, everything and everyone. They may be even dealing with some drama that you don't even know about, and therefore they just need time to get back in touch with their own nature. They need to get time to just chill, relax. They may even need to take a vacation, but whatever the case is, they need to restore peace in their life, and restore their own peace of mind, and regain their energy, okay? Because they're dealing with a lot, they've gone through a lot, they could be doing a lot of stress, whatever's going on, okay? And they're kind of not really sure what to do, because you got the wisdom card here in the reverse. So they could be kind of lacking the know-how of how to really handle or manage things right now in their life, or whatever, or even with you. But I feel like this is more so about them not really knowing what to do. They really need some discernment. They need some sort of help, or some sort of advice, or they need to figure things out, okay? Because they're not really, they're lacking the wisdom, they're lacking the know-how, they're lacking the knowledge of what to do right now, okay? they're trying to figure out here what's the right thing to do. What is the right path? I even feel like they may be trying to study something, like they may be trying to learn something, okay? Like, because like I mentioned before, they're lacking the wisdom, they're lacking the knowledge, they're lacking a know-how of how to handle something, how to deal with something, what to do, okay? They're lacking, and lacking wisdom could also be lacking, like I said, discernment, lacking maturity as well, because wisdom comes with maturity. Maturity is hand in hand with wisdom. Okay. It also, wisdom also comes from experience. So they could be lacking experience or something as well, in some regard or in some way. Whatever it is, I feel like they're trying to figure this out. They're trying to figure out what's the right path to take, what's the right thing to do, what is the orthodox thing to do, what is the right way to handle this. And they could be really trying to discern some things, trying to learn some things, trying to figure out how to make this happen, whatever it is, without getting off on the wrong path and without doing the wrong thing. And they could be looking at the long term here, their future, which they want to make sure that whatever it is they do, that it pays off well for them in the long run, long into their golden years. And the golden years is in their old age, where they can watch their grandchildren play and smile with whoever this is that is their partner or their spouse when, you know, when they reach that age that they hope to have. Okay, meaning they lived a good life. They chose and made the right decisions for their life to work out well. This is also, with the Six of Pentacles here, this is also generosity, kindness, and a need to give or a need to receive some kind of help or assistance, okay? It's also about a need to be kind, but also to receive kindness, okay, with the Six of Pentacles. So they could also be concerned that they need to not only be kind, but they also need to receive kindness back, okay? And that also could be why they're looking at what is the right thing to do here in this situation. It's like a give and take thing. They know they need to give, and they, you know, and not just take. They also could be aware that they need to be dealing with someone who's also giving and not just taking, okay? They need that balance. They also, like I said, I feel like they just need someone to show that they care, but they may also need to show that they care, okay? Now moving on, and this may be slightly different narratives for some of you. We have the pay attention to the red flags card here. There's something, the signs are cautioning, okay? But this is in reverse. So there's something they're not quite paying attention to. There's something they're not quite seeing, okay? And they don't really know, like I said, how to discern very well in their situation what's right and what isn't right for them, what is or isn't going to work out for them. And so, you know, it's not like they understand what to do here, okay? And they're not telling you any of this, but this is what's going on with them, you know? They're concerned either about some sort of person, and this could be a lady or a woman they're concerned about, but this is more so, for me, this card is more, and really, I feel like even the author, for the author, this card is a grace card, handling oneself with grace and poise, because this is a very refined woman, okay? She's handling herself with grace and poise. She is a lady. She handles herself in a very ladylike way, okay? They could be paying attention to someone like this or concerned about someone like this, or they could be feeling like they need to handle themselves in this way as well. You know, maybe they, you know, are trying to handle themselves this way. Now, the thing about it is, you can't see the look on this woman's face, but it looks very much like a... You ever see someone, they're so confident in how well put together they are and how they handle themselves to really, like, I don't want to say they appear snobby or arrogant, and it may not even be snobbiness or arrogance, but they can sometimes appear that way to someone who may not understand that they're just proud, okay, that they're just proud, or they like to carry themselves with much pride, you know. So they may be misunderstood in that regard. You know, you may think they're being arrogant or smug or conceited or stuck up in some form, but they're really not. It's just that they're trying to carry themselves with much pride. Okay, they pride themselves on being someone who carries themselves well, and they represent themselves well, and they look well, and they look like they're doing well. Okay, that's the appearance they like to keep up, I feel. This is also secrets that are not really secrets, because this is a diary. So it's like, this is something that maybe it was something once secret. It's not secret. Okay, it's not secret anymore. Whatever was hidden before, whatever was a secret, is no longer a secret. The secret's out. The secret's, you know, exposed. It's up. It's out there. Okay. So it's also possible what they're not telling you is that they know something, but they're not going to tell you they know it. Okay. And that also could be the reason why they have this grace card, in which they are trying to be graceful about whatever it is that they know. Rather than to gossip, or rather than to throw it in your face, they could be trying to hold in whatever secrets they know, or hold in whatever this is that they know, that once was secret, or something that was clandestine, something that was hidden, is no longer hidden or no longer a secret to them. But it's possible that maybe it's something that you thought was a secret that they're aware of, but they're not going to tell you they know. Or it could just be that they know somebody's secret, whatever it is. They know some things that they're not telling you, you know. That's very interesting. I really would love to hear about whoever chose this reading. Now, there's big happy changes here. Okay, there's big happy changes here, but it's in the reverse. This is big happy changes, but it's in the reverse. Now, I intended for these cards to be read in the upright. However, I'm still always wanting to pay attention to why is this in the reverse. And I feel like it's because they don't have a lot of optimism about some big happy changes that could come about. Okay? They're not telling you that. You know, they're not telling you that. So I don't want to say they're being a little pessimistic, but they could be. Or at least they're not feeling as optimistic. You have, for advice here though, what this situation is, this is the Five of Earth, which usually indicates feeling like it's not enough. It's a card that can indicate neglect. It's a card that can indicate feeling isolated or left out in the cold. Okay, being ignored, not being paid attention to. It's also a card that can indicate not feeling well, feeling down. A card that can also represent poverty, not having enough money, things like that, not, you know, having enough prosperity, or not having the best of luck. Okay, but the advice is, you know, have the wisdom to accept help from others. Okay, it's also pointing out uncertain self-employment. Okay, and fear surrounding money. Now, it's possible also that this person could be experiencing this, where they're uncertain about their employment. Maybe they're worried that they're going to lose a job and they're not telling you this, okay? Maybe, you know, they're concerned about their financial situation and they're not telling you this, okay? If this is, but in regards to advice, for you, like I said, this card, if this is regarding you feeling left out in the cold with them, or feeling like they're not paying you enough attention, or maybe you're aware that they don't have enough money, or maybe you don't have enough to give or something. But I feel like normally with this particular card, the advice usually is, like with the original, like Rider-Waite tarot deck, you would see two homeless people standing outside of a church, literally in the cold. One is on crutches, indicating their health is not that great. They're not in that, you know, and they're looking down. So they also could be experiencing mental and emotional downs as well. Sadness, isolation, neglect, depression, just not feeling well, being sick. You know, and because they're homeless, of course they are suffering financially. They don't have any money. But the fact that they're standing outside of a church, that card is usually pointing out they don't have to be in those conditions if they speak up and reach out for help by just going inside of that church and seeking refuge, because that is a place of welcome, a place of warmth, a place of acceptance, a place of love, caring, giving to others, okay? At least that's what a church should represent. Okay? So they shouldn't be suffering in any form. You know, they shouldn't be lacking in anything if they come out of their pride and reach out for help, or speak out and speak up for what it is they need from the right source, a positive source, okay? So that could be maybe you who needs to speak up and reach out, or, you know, in order to see things change for the better, or maybe they need to do this, you know. I don't know why, for some reason I feel like this pertains to both. And this says you are not afraid. It's in the reverse though. So fear is really here. Fear really is here for some reason. Being afraid, just being worried, being concerned, something's not going to work out, or that some obstacle can't be overcome or achieved or whatever. But this is the story of David and Goliath. He took this giant out with one slingshot and a rock. Okay? So there's no need to be afraid here. Okay? I feel like this issue can be tackled, but it may require reaching out and being kind and generous and understanding. But this also could be what this person needs to do as well. I'm sorry, my throat is so dry, but okay, so that was deck 3. I wish you guys luck. I'm going to move on to do the next reading. Let me know how it resonates. Okay. Deck number 4. Deck number 4. If you chose deck number 4, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. What's going on here? What is this person not telling you? Gosh, I see so many reverse cards. What's going on here? So many reverse cards. Okay. This person... This this person has Judgment card in the reverse. So that tells me that they are either not searching for the truth, they are not concerned about the truth, they are not interested in the truth, they are not able to see the truth. They're not able to really scrutinize or observe or pay attention to or find or discover the details to get to the truth of the matter. Okay? So they're not in the know. They don't know what's going on. They can't even see what's going on. Okay? But they're not telling you that. So that tells me they're in the dark, I guess. You know, they also possibly could be confused. However, they are hoping to gain the key to figuring out what's going on. Okay? They're hoping to gain the key to open some sort of door. Okay? They're hoping to figure out how to get an opportunity to open up for them. They also are trying to recover in some form because this is the recovery card. Oh my. This is the tombstone. So, and I want to make sure that this is the Lenormand deck. And I'm still, you know, learning this deck. But I also, a lot of times, I don't always pay attention to what the author interprets. But yeah. So this is the coffin. I just wanted to be sure visually I was seeing what I was seeing. Because it doesn't look like, this is like one of those old-fashioned Arabian, you know, coffins or whatever. So, yeah. That's what I thought it was. I just wanted to be sure. But yeah. So, something ended for them. Okay, something ended for them. Could have been anything. Could have been a job, a career. It could have been a relationship. It could have been an opportunity. It could have been possible also that maybe they lost someone, like you know, someone that meant something to them, or they lost something period that meant to them. You know, it's possible someone could, you know, because it's possible someone could have passed. You know, someone could have transitioned, died. You know. But I feel like something came to an end, something died, okay? And they're just kind of in the dark, in the fog. They don't really know. I feel like they don't know what happened and why it happened. They can't even, and I almost wonder if they want to know or if they just don't want to even bother. But they're trying to recover from this, and they're trying to find the key to opening the door of opportunity for themselves again, okay, in some form here. Whether it is they're trying to gain a new job or new career or some other new opportunity. Maybe they're trying to figure out how to, you know, get back into the good graces of someone, or maybe seek something new. You know, whatever it is, they're not telling you. This person does not feel prepared at all whatsoever right now. They don't feel prepared. They feel they feel unprepared. So whatever this is, it could have caught them off guard. And with the Seven of Rods here in reverse, yeah, they really don't know how to overcome this obstacle. They really don't know how to take on this challenge here. They don't, you know, in this issue, this problem, it feels like it's larger than life for them, and it's something they don't know how to cut out of their life, or how to get rid of this problem, or how to solve it, or how to overcome that challenge. Because this is Jack and the Beanstalk, if you can see it. In the upright, this person would be overcoming this huge obstacle and challenge and cutting out whatever the issue is, but they can't really do that when it's in the reverse, okay? And I'm going based off of the interpretation for the Whimsical Tarot. Each tarot card, each deck I have has their own interpretation. So, for those of you who say, well, that's not what the 7 of rods mean, don't bother with that. Anyway, you got the True Love card here in the reverse. This is the romance of a lifetime. They're not feeling like this is the romance of a lifetime. They could be feeling like this is a loss here, possibly. They could be feeling like someone is not the one. They could be feeling like they lost the one. They could be also uncertain or unsure if this is the one. Or maybe, like I said, feeling like whoever they're dealing with, or whether it's you or someone else, they could be just not really sure. I'm also getting maybe they're not feeling it. But you got the they have the romance card here. So it could be maybe they feel like love is lost on them, and they could very well be desiring romance and therefore wanting to seek it again. Oh, yeah. With the Two of Earth for the advice, just like the Two of Pentacles here. Now this is in the reverse, which is indicating not juggling. But it also indicates not being in balance, or not be able to balance things out, not be able to work things out, not be able to make things work, not be able to make things balance, not be able to juggle things, okay, because it's juggling. A lot of times people juggle to try to balance things out, to make things work when they have too much going on, or if they don't have enough. Like if it's with money, people may juggle finances, they may juggle jobs and responsibilities. They may even juggle people, but with doing that, people miss out on their opportunity and their ships coming through. But in the reverse, this is someone who, they're dropping the ball with that. They're not juggling. They're not trying to take on more than one thing at a time. They're not trying to force something to work that, may not work. They're not trying to handle more than one person at a time. They're not trying to handle more than one job or responsibility at a time. They're just not really, they're not able to do that, or they're not wanting to do that. But it says it's too much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. Okay? So this is something that they may not even be letting you guys in on. But I also feel like this is kind of like, advice for you guys as well, because this is really supposed to be advice for you guys as to what to do about the situation. But I feel like the energy still connects with them. It's about considering a more playful approach. There's a need to make a decision. Too much going at once. Initially, I read the advice cards in the upright. So, what I want to really also say is, though there's no juggling going on here, or there's an inability to make things balance out or to make things work, however crazy things are, there's going to be a need to really do that. Okay? There's going to be a need to really find a way to make things work, but without it killing you, or without it killing them. But somehow I feel like this advice connects for them more so, even though the advice part should be for you guys. What I'm trying to do is let you guys know what they're not telling you, but advice to give you guys. Now, but like I said, I just feel like it connects with them more so on what they may need to do. But you guys will know what, you know, when you see the reading, if it makes sense for you or not, okay? And keep in mind, like I said, these are readings for entertainment purposes. Do not stake your life on anything. Okay? Still seek out a therapist, a relationship counselor, if it's pertaining to a real relationship or marriage or commitment that you have going on with them or whatever. And if it's not, and this is just someone you're curious about and you're not even married to them or in a relationship with them, don't do anything that does not make any sense, okay? Make sure you guys use good common sense and you look out for yourselves first instead of trying to force something to work if it's not working, okay? And that's just good advice, period, no matter what, okay? But anyway, accept love is in the reverse, okay? In the upright, you see someone is giving to someone else and the other one is receiving. But, you know, if you think about this, this is in the reverse. This is someone trying to give to someone, but this other person, their hands are kind of blocking it. So they're not accepting love, okay? But I initially want to read this card in the upright because it's an advice card. But what I like to do is pay attention to cards in reverse because it's still showing the energy. You know what I'm saying? It's showing what's really going on with the energy, but you're being advised, accept love. Open your heart. Okay? Open your heart. This person may need to do the same. Okay? They may need to do the same. But like I said, use your good common sense with these readings, you guys, because this reading is meant to tell you what this person is, what you feel, you know, whatever this person is not telling you. It's meant to tell you whatever it is you feel this person is not telling you that you may be kind of wanting to know. What are they not telling you? This is what this reading is about. And like I said, I meant for you guys to get 2 advice cards here in regards to how to handle the situation. But in some of these readings, I really feel though like the energy is still connecting to the other person in terms of what they should do or what they want to do, even though it should be for you guys. But use your intuition as well to discern if the advice is truly for you or not, or if it makes more sense for the person that you're asking about. Because when I was shuffling to do these readings, the energy was coming through so strong that it overwhelmed me because I'm an empath, okay? And the energy was so overwhelming to me, so overwhelming. It didn't feel good to me at all. It just didn't. It just felt overwhelming. So, some of you guys are dealing with people, and it makes sense because you're delving into people's. I want to call it their dark energy. Anytime it's something that you're not aware of, or they not making you aware of it, and they're hiding it from you, or they just want to keep it a secret to themselves, you're delving into someone's darker energy. And when I say darker energy, the energy that they're trying to keep to themselves. And a lot of times the things people try to keep to themselves are things that they don't feel good about, things that they may be embarrassed if other people knew, you know, what they were feeling or thinking or what they were going through. They're things that people, they're not proud to let others know. So being that you guys are finding out these things, please make sure that you have empathy towards these people, regardless of how you feel they're treating you or dealing with you. Because we have to understand, from human being to human being, no one is perfect. And we also have to take accountability for how we may be perceiving others and how we may even be allowing others to treat us. We can't always point the blame at someone else and say, they treated me like crap. Or did you allow them to treat you like crap? You know what I'm saying? People can only treat you how you allow them to. Protect yourselves. And if you see anything that you gain an understanding that this is how they feel about you and it's not good, then you might want to not take offense to that, since you chose to want to delve into what are they not telling you. Just understand that that's how they feel and respect it, and then do you. Focus on you. if it's something that doesn't even pertain to you, that you didn't even know they were going through, and it's something that shows that they're under distress or whatever and they need help or whatever, have empathy and care towards that person. And if you want to try to help them somehow and be their secret angel, then great. But even be responsible about that. Don't try to force anything. Don't try to, don't do anything to make anybody uncomfortable. Don't come to them and say, hey, you got financial problems, let me help you. Don't embarrass them. You know what I'm saying? Is what I'm just saying. Don't embarrass them, because a lot of times, like I said, one of the readings that came up, somebody had a financial issue. That person you do not want to run up to and say, hey, I heard you have financial issues. You need me to lend you some money? Or, hey, I heard you lost your job. Do you need me to, hook you up? Just, if you know about a job that you can hook them up with, just throw it out there and say, hey, there's a position that came open at my job, and I don't know if you know anyone that's interested, but, let them know, and here's the information, and then let them go sign up for themselves. You don't have to point out, call them out that they don't have a job or anything. You found that out recently, or that they're struggling financially. You don't have to do that. Be secretly lose some money. I don't know, but just be respectful of whatever it is you found out here. That's the thing about these readings, but just don't do anything that could make them feel violated, okay? Because people will get creeped out and say, well, how did they know that I was going through this? In some cases, it may be a relief to them if you really are offering them help, but just be responsible about that. You don't want to piss anybody off or make anybody feel more uncomfortable, because if you do, then if you think they were trying to isolate themselves from you because they're going through something, and they already feel embarrassed or shame, and you do something else to make them feel even more embarrassed or shame or exposed, then you could cause them to run even more. Some people are like that. Some people will hide. So use your own intuition and try to be responsible about that. Anyway, enough of me running my mouth. I felt like I needed to say that because I want you guys to be responsible with these readings. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people, you see these readings, they want to be nosy and want to know what's going on with the other person. And that's perfectly fine for entertainment, but don't overstep your boundaries. All right, deck number 4. If you chose deck number 4, let's see what is going on with your person, or that they're not telling you, or what is it that they're just not telling you, period. Okay, let's figure that out. What are they not telling you? Okay. So, and you guys got some situations that I swear, even I'll be looking at them like, what's going on here? But, someone here, is, and this is interesting because the last reading got this. Reading number 4, I believe. Was it 4? If it wasn't 4, then it was 3. But anyway, grace. This is the grace card here. This is the grace card. This person could be trying to handle themselves gracefully through a dramatic situation. They could be trying to open themselves up and restore their peace of mind and regain peace and restore peace in their life. They even could be trying to make peace in their life or with someone, because I see this dove has an olive branch in their mouth, so they could be wanting to extend an olive branch somewhere or with someone or in a situation. But whatever the case is, I feel like this person is trying to regain and restore peace in their life and welcome and restore peace back into their life, and they're trying to handle situations in their life with grace. Okay, but they could be carrying some sort of guilt or feeling some sort of kind of way here in the situation. They could be feeling tied to a situation as well. They could be feeling obligated to a situation. They also could be feeling like maybe someone, possibly from the author description, took credit for something, some hard work that they put in that someone else is taking advantage of, so it's possible, like I said, they could be feeling taken advantage of, they could be experiencing some sort of guilt. But it's also could be some sort of drama going on and something going on that could drive someone to drink, because this person back here is feeling awfully bad and they're drinking their sorrows away. Okay. Whatever's going on, it's just not good, and this is the reason why they are trying to restore positivity and peace back into their life and trying to handle their situations with grace. Okay. And I also feel like they could be disappointed in some form when I look at this other person. Someone here could feel innocent, though someone else could be making them feel like they're guilty. Okay. So like I said, I feel like there's some sort of drama that they're trying to make peace with, or they're trying to make peace with whatever it is they feel, whether it's something they feel guilty about or something they feel they just no longer want to feel tied down to, that's been dragging them down. Okay. This person is, this is a bedroom card. It usually resembles, you know, being in the bedroom, whether it is regarding intimacy, you know, getting it on, having intimate relations, personal relations, you know, sex or whatever. Also you know, people also take a rest in the bed too, you know, but this card definitely usually is about intimacy more than anything, because it's a private personal space. But this is in the reverse. So this person could be feeling a lack of privacy. This person could be feeling a lack of intimacy, a lack of rest, and it's going to resonate differently for different people. Okay, as to what this is pertaining to or how they feel. A lack of romance, a lack of getting anything or getting any or whatever. Okay. A lack of opportunity, lack of chance or something. But this person is distracted. And they're distracted by something that does not make any sense. Something that seems ridiculous. Okay? And because of that distraction, things are getting away from them. You know? Things are getting away from them. They're supposed to be sitting here having this old happy picnic. And mind you, this is a dog. Dogs are what? Loyal. Dogs are loyal. But you have to be careful. A dog's nature can also be disloyal to some extent. Thus, the doggishness or whatever. But this person is supposed to be sitting here having this happy picnic, but everything is slipping away from him. His meal, his plate and bowl, you know what I'm saying? These things are escaping this person. And it's because they're disillusioned. And they're distracted by something ridiculous that doesn't even make any sense. Okay? Something that seems so magical and showy, but it doesn't even make any sense. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay? What they're distracted by. But this person, they can't really see things for the way they really are. They're in the dark here. Disillusioned, delusionment, delusional in the dark, not able to really see things, not able to really discern things, not able to really use their intuition, not able to see things clearly. And therefore, it also seems like they're just not able to really work on things, and they're not taking the time to do their research or to investigate anything. They're not taking their time to learn or study anything here so that they can improve and get better. They're not putting forth any effort. Okay, they're not putting forth any effort. They're not working on this. Therefore, lack of opportunity, because this is or work on anything or whatever, because they're not really interested in doing that. So it's like a lack of opportunity, though it could be opportunity here. They're not focused and they can't really see where the opportunity is, though it is here in a great amount of abundance. Okay, this is something they're dealing with or going through. You got this is about balance. This is about getting what one deserves. This is about fairness. Okay. And it's about balance as well. It has the scales. It can represent Libra, but the card advises fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs is the advice here. Okay. And this says stick with it. Okay. So this is the other advice. Stick with it. It may seem like a steep climb here that is that doesn't seem to come to an end, but it's a steep climb, but it does eventually have its endpoint. But its endpoint is up there in the sky, and sky's the limit when it comes to the possibilities. Okay, and even with those silver lining clouds that's still pointing out there's a silver lining, and you will reach that silver lining as well. Okay, so stick with it. There will be justice, there will be balance that will be regained here, some fairness and things like that. But do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs and things like that, Okay, so you know what's right. It's also possible this could relate to them in terms of what they know or that they're not telling you what they feel, but the advice cards is initially supposed to be for you. Okay, so that was the number 5 deck reading. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the next deck. Definitely interested in knowing how the reading resonated. And, so the final deck, finally, you guys, finally the final deck. If you chose deck number 6, let's see what you got. And if you guys are interested in personal reading, check the description box below. Thank you very much. Okay. So, this is interesting here. What the person you're concerned about or curious about is not telling you is they feel some sort of shame, some sort of guilt. They're embarrassed for some reason, okay? But they got these hearts over their head. So whatever it is they're feeling guilty or ashamed about, they probably shouldn't. They probably shouldn't. They hearts over their head, but it's coming from the heavens though, okay? That don't make any sense to you, but they're not feeling so great, okay? They're not feeling so great. They are feeling ashamed, they're feeling embarrassed, they're not proud of something they did or something they're doing, or maybe they're not proud of themselves. And they could be feeling also people are staring at them and judging them. They could be feeling like they stand alone and like they don't really fit in. possibly isolated on their own. Others could be standoffish to them. You have the dissipating card, but it's in the reverse. In the upright, dissipating is all about being so old and tired and worn out that things escape you, things elude you, but in reverse, it's the exact opposite. This person is, you know, they're well aware. They're well aware. Nothing is really escaping them. In fact, they may be too aware, and that might be the reason why they feel self-conscious, because I also feel like this is my card that represents someone being overly self-conscious, overly self-aware. Okay? Too concerned what other people think or what other... Okay, so I apologize, but I don't know. My child is 3, so he's a toddler, and so sometimes he says things that doesn't make sense. I don't know why he kept saying, "Mommy, let me out." My door is closed. That he really meant to say, "Mommy, let me in," but he was supposed to be in his bed sleep. But he got out of his bed because he doesn't want to go to sleep. But he's fine now, so I apologize about the interruption with the reading. Back to the reading. Yeah, I feel like this person is, they're way too aware of how other people feel about them, and they're paying attention too much to what other people may be saying about them or what other people feel about them. And to be honest with you, they may not even be so sure if people are seeing them in the right light. And I feel like that's why the shame is here. Okay, why they're feeling embarrassed, like, oh my gosh, everybody's looking at me and wondering. You know what I'm saying? They're too self-aware, too conscious of what's going on around them. They are not out of it at all. Okay. Now I have the Ace of Cups in the reverse, so this is pointing out that there is not a new beginning of opportunity here, or a new opportunity involving either a relationship or love life, or it can relate to anything else as well. It can relate to jobs, career, and other opportunities and things like that. But a lot of times for me, this is being relating to love life and relationships, a fresh start or a new beginning. It also can represent a new beginning that just overall it's like a fresh start in the way you feel, or it just gives you this overwhelmingly wonderful feeling, you know, like I said, a fresh start or whatever. But this is like, and I feel like this is like the ultimate cup. Okay, it's like the ultimate cup here to get if you were wanting, you know, if somebody was trying to start something. But it's like they're not trying to start something new here. Okay, related to the feelings or the emotions or love life. And here's the other thing I'm looking at. And this could be they could be not interested in marriage or something, or not interested in relationship. But I say marriage because you guys can't see this, but on this particular deck for me, the whimsical deck, this card, there's wedding bells, or at least there's bells on here. But to me, I see them as wedding bells, and this card is decorated as if it's for a wedding, but it has bells on it. To me, it just screams wedding bells so much. So it could be they're not interested in commitment or marriage, or just starting something new, period, whatever it is, even if it's not love life related. Okay. And this card, no matter how many times I try to put it back into the deck, you know, blend it into the deck upright like this, or if it came in reverse or whatever, I didn't know if it, I never knew if this card was in the reverse or the upright, because I couldn't even get it to sit this way like all the rest of the cards in the deck like that when I was trying to lay them all down. Okay, it kept going sideways no matter what. So if you pay attention in the beginning to the decks, you'll notice there was one deck where the card sideways. And you'll probably say, why in the world does she have this card sideways? I said, you know what? This card keeps coming sideways, no matter how many times I try to lay it straight. So that this was meant to be read sideways, not upright, not reverse, whatever it was. I couldn't see it. And I feel like that's because this could go any way. This is the Five of Cups. It's a card of, once again, feeling regrets, feeling disappointed, feeling sad. And if you really look at the card, the traditional Rider-Waite, you see a person cloaked in black and they are facing the other way where you can't see them. And I feel like that still is screaming shame and embarrassment, but also a sense of regret. Okay, but I feel like it's also about crying over spilled milk. It's also about, in this deck, missing out on all of these valuable, you know, all this valuableness that, if you look at this, this is Captain Hook, okay? Because this is my whimsical tarot deck, which is usually about fairy tales and little kid stories and things like that. I love this deck. This is Captain Hook, and if you know the story of Captain Hook, one of his hands is missing. He has literally a hook for his hand. This Captain Hook is so busy staring at this hook that he got stuck with that he drops. Like, it's almost like he's obsessed with this hook. And I don't want to say he got stuck with it, but he's obsessed with this hook. He's so obsessed with this hook, which is not even all that great, because who really wants a hook, right? Nobody wants a hook for a hand. This hook could even hurt him, you know what I'm saying, if he's not careful, or he can hurt others with this hook if he's not careful. You know, a hook is not even a real hand, so nobody really wants a hook or to get stuck with one. Could be a hooker, I don't know, or someone who's like a hooker, but I don't even know why I thought to say that, but I just have to say it. But this is, he's so obsessed with this hook, or for some of you, maybe it's someone who's like a hooker, I don't know, to where he's dropping what is valuable, his valuable gold that he has in his other hand. He's dropping those gold coins that hold real value that he has obtained. He's dropping it. Heck, he has all this gold and valuable around him. He's not even focused on it. It's like he misses out, or he's not paying attention to or seeing all of that valuable that he already has, because he's so obsessed with this doggone hook. Or maybe it's a hooker, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why I feel the need to interpret it that way, but for some reason I feel the need to interpret it that way. And maybe it's not a hooker, maybe it's a, I don't want to call him, somebody who's not carrying themselves the best way. I'll say this much. Somebody commented on my channel saying they're dealing with somebody, and maybe I'm picking up the energy, they're dealing with somebody who, this person is so distracted by all of the nonsense that's out there. And, you know, like these days with all the social media, Instagram and Facebook, you know, people are so distracted, especially the guys, by all of these women who are out here twerking and taking pictures in their underwear and everything else under the sun on Instagram and Facebook, that they no longer know the difference between what's real and what isn't, and they no longer care about what's valuable and what isn't, and they're so obsessed with all of these hooker looking chicks on Instagram that call themselves models or wannabe, that they're probably losing sight of all the good girls out there. You know, many of them are you, maybe in my audience or something, that, you know, you're like, why isn't he noticing me or paying attention to me, or why isn't he, you know, valuing me? Well, it's because these guys are too busy paying attention to chicks that look like hookers on social media, you know, or acting like hookers. But if it's not that, then it's like I said, this is someone who they're looking at the glass half empty, half full. They're crying over spilled milk. They're missing out on the other opportunities in the traditional deck But here, like I said, he's so obsessed with this hook that he got stuck with, or he's just so obsessed with this hook that he misses out on the fact he drops his coins, his gold coins, his value. He's not even paying attention to all that valuable wealth and coins that he gained around him. Okay, so that could be where the shame is coming in at, that maybe, and I'm going to say this, someone here could be feeling embarrassed and feeling like maybe they don't fit in with everybody else because everybody else is settling down, or everybody else values settling down and getting married and have relationships, and they're aware that they don't fit into that lifestyle because maybe it's not what they're ready for or what they want. And you know, that could be the reason why they're feeling ashamed. Maybe they're concerned that other people are looking at them like, shame on you, why aren't you, you know, ready for marriage yet or commitment? Maybe, hopefully, I don't know, maybe did you say this to them, or maybe this is just the way they feel. Whatever the case is, you are here because you don't know something about how they feel, or you feel like there's something they're not telling you, and I feel like this is it. That they're not really interested in commitment or marriage or some sort of new opportunity that relates to feelings and emotions, love or whatever. Because I said, Ace of Cups to me, it's a new beginning, and it could be a new beginning or opportunity relating to anything, love, life, relationship, jobs, preferences, whatever it is. But mostly, to me as a reader, it's more connecting with the feelings and emotions and love, though it can relate to anything else as well. And in this deck, I'm seeing wedding bells. To me, these are wedding bells, and all this ribbon and fanciness. This is like a romantic card signifying marriage, and it's in reverse. I feel like this person's not interested in that, or they're not seeing that's going to happen. Okay. Oh. Now what's interesting is I call this the Orthodox card. It's a card relating to spirituality, it's relating to religion, it's relating to morals and values. Okay? This person could be concerned about their morals and their values and maybe doing the right thing. Okay? Or maybe concerned about doing the righteous thing. And this, of course, you know what this is. This is a ring signifying marriage and commitment. Now, it could also be a ring, you know, signifying something else, like, you know, phones, yeah, like a phone call, because what do phones do? They ring. Or it could be signifying, you know, someone glorifying the material, and maybe they like jewelry, but in all honesty, to me, this is my marriage and commitment card, okay? This is a wedding ring. This is my marriage and commitment card to me as a reader. So they could be looking at their values here in relation to commitment and marriage. Maybe they may even be thinking about commitment and marriage, okay? And how either this opportunity is not here in the cards for them, or how maybe they're not interested in, or maybe they just don't see it with you, or maybe they don't see it with anyone, okay? But you have ask your angels in the reverse. So this person, and this card is meant to be read in the upright, but I always pay attention to the fact that these cards may come up in reverse. This person needs to pray about this. They need to meditate about this. They need to go to God about this. They need to just sit and meditate. How do they really feel about commitment, about marriage, about what is considered to be a moral thing, what is considered to be having morals and values, what is considered to be the orthodox thing, what is considered to be the norm in society, that, you know, you should be settling down and getting married, things like that. And they may either not be seeing that this is something they want to do at all, or maybe they see this is not something they want to do with you, or maybe they see this is not something that's for them, or they may be thinking about this, but maybe they don't know if You know what I'm saying? For some reason, they're not seeing this opportunity here. Maybe you turned them down. Maybe you asked them. No, maybe they asked you to marry them and you turned them down, and that's another reason why they're feeling shame. There's different narratives to this, okay? And that also could be a reason why they're crying over spilt milk, feeling like a lost opportunity, feeling regret, feeling sadness, feeling shame, okay? And obsessed with the fact that they got stuck with the hook, the short end of the stick, and they're not able to see what else they have left. But this is so going to resonate a little differently for everybody, this last deck here. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, but yeah, this person is, I don't feel like they're taking the time to really take this to the divine, take it to God, take it to the angels, pray about it, meditate on it. They're not doing that, though they should. That's what they need to do in order to figure this out, in order to work this out. But give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. This person could be considering working on the partnership, working on the relationship. Okay, they could be maybe considering this, giving this a shot. But, you know, somehow I feel like they're not so sure if this is what they really want, or they're not so sure if it's going to happen, or they could be feeling like, you know, will it happen, or can this happen, or is this the right person, or is anybody the right person? Four of Earth here, that's all about holding on tight and not letting go. It's also a card that can represent being a person that hoards what they have and they're not willing to share and give it. That includes money and valuables. That includes time and attention. That includes not willing to give their heart. That also could be someone protecting their heart, okay, as well. It's also someone who doesn't want to let something or someone go, whether it's a person or a relationship or a situation or a feeling or a notion or a point or a stance they're taking, something they don't want to let go. It's also a card that symbolizes, can be someone being greedy, a Scrooge, someone who doesn't want to give to others or give of themselves, okay? This card, it indicates being too frivolous or too cautious with money or with anything of any value. Good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate, okay? Giving to those less fortunate. But a lot of times for me, it's someone who sometimes they don't want to give, but it's an either or, okay? But the advice here, it should be for you, but I still feel like, and I felt like this with all of these readings, that even though the advice card should be for you, it still points out some part of the character of the person in the moment, or something that relates to them. Still some information you need to know about them that maybe you know they're not telling you or you're not knowing, okay? So keep that in mind. The Four of Earth, the Four of Coins, the Four of Pentacles is usually a card that symbolizes, like I said, a need to protect your heart or a desire to do so, or someone that needs to open up and give of themselves and open their heart and share their heart, or be kind and giving to others and things like that. So you guys will kind of know how this resonates with you, but I still also feel like this connects to this person and what they need to do, or how they are and what they are experiencing. This says listen to the music, but of course it's in the reverse, okay? So someone is not paying attention to what they're hearing, okay? They're not paying attention to what they're hearing. Someone could very well be communicating something like maybe a disinterest in marriage or a desire for marriage or a commitment or whatever it is, but someone's not paying attention. This is to be read in the upright for the actual advice. Listen to the music. And in my opinion, it means listen to what you're, listen and hear what's being said. Listen, period. Just listen, period. Okay, just pay attention. Have your ears open. This is an audience right here, paying attention to this person performing or this person belting out what they're doing. They are paying attention. Pay attention is what I feel like that card is telling you. But some of you also could need to listen to some guided meditation tracks to help you here. My favorites, and I've been saying this for the longest on my channel, Kelly Howe, and I have actually added her channel as a suggested channel or a favorite channel. But if you don't find it on my page here on YouTube or on my channel on YouTube, then go in the search box on here on YouTube and type in Kelly Howe. All kinds of, and if you click on the actual official channel, you will see all of these full 30-minute free guided meditations that normally on her website, brainsync.com, she charges for. They're there for free. They weren't always there. Only this past year have they been there for free, and that's a total blessing. You guys take advantage of that. Take advantage of that. Go listen to them. She has Attract Love, which is great, and it does work. She has Attract Wealth and Prosperity. It works. She has Attract Confidence. It works. She has all kind of meditations there that you guys should be using to your advantage to help you in your situations. So if anyone here that's watching this, if you are experiencing a situation in which you want love, you want commitment, marriage, start manifesting what it is that you want. Pray for it, meditate on it, and listen to these guided meditations. What I like about guided meditations is they retrain your subconscious to unblock the blessings that have been blocked for you, okay? Because sometimes we block our own blessings because our subconscious, in our subconscious mind, and our subconscious, we're not always aware of what's in our subconscious. Sometimes we're aware that we don't feel worthy, but your subconscious could be feeling, you could be thinking you're not worthy. You're high, you know what I'm saying? And you need to retrain that to feel worthy of these things and to be open to these things. Sometimes we're not open, and when you have those kind of blockages, you can't attract what you want, and if it's not even in this situation, it may be in another situation with someone else that you can gain what it is you want, if it's not from this person, okay? But you need to open up yourself to receive the blessings you want. And I keep suggesting this to you guys. Please take advantage of the advice, because it took me years to find this stuff through spiritual counselors telling me, hey, check this out, Anyway, final card here. This says stop. Stop. You see all these penguins here? Penguins usually follow each other in the line. They usually follow each other, but they also stick together. Don't jump into this water because it's cold, okay? Don't jump into this water. It's cold and it's got a shark in it. And what do sharks do? They eat you. They eat you up, and they will tear up some penguins, okay? So it's not safe to dive into this situation, okay? So the advice here is to pay attention to what you're seeing and what you're hearing here, and just take a pause, stop, and allow yourself to not dive headfirst into something that could be potentially dangerous for you and could cause you a lot of heartbreak, hassle, harm, destroying your self-esteem, whatever, okay? This person may need to do this as well. Take precaution. This is a card that just take precaution, okay? Pay attention and take precaution. So that is your reading, you guys. in regards to what this person is not telling you, okay? What they're not telling you. Hopefully this reading was helpful to you guys. And if it was not, you know, I'm sorry. But I know it was meant to help someone out here. And, you know, definitely let me know how it resonates, okay? And I appreciate any feedback. Especially as long as it's respectful. No one has to kiss my butt. Just be mindful that I do pay attention to all the comments and things like that. Even if you delete one, I still end up seeing it because that's the way YouTube works. I still end up will see it in my feed, even if it's deleted. It's weird, but that's just YouTube, you know. If you guys have any suggestions for any other kind of readings you would like to see me do here, in terms of pick a card readings or whatever, even if they're not pick a card readings, just let me know, because I'm interested in knowing what do you guys really want to see. Because my last tarot scope videos for the past few months, you guys don't seem to be that interested in them. And it's not that they're not necessarily accurate, because I'm getting positive feedback from you guys, and even people who are not on YouTube that watch my videos that are telling me all the time your video, you know, that the videos are accurate and they enjoy looking at them. But I don't see the views there anymore. It seems like the pick a card readings is what you guys are more geared towards, and so I actually love doing the pick a card readings. I love doing them, and I'm going to continue to do them, and to look for different topics that I can do on the pick a card readings, different topics, different subjects. But if there's any other readings you'd like to see that are pick a card or not pick a card, definitely let me know. If you like any of the readings, definitely hit the like button. I appreciate likes. And definitely comment and let me know if it resonated, and if it didn't, if you like it. You know, suggestions, don't be rude or anything like that. But, you know, and subscribe if you'd like to see more readings that I have. And I have other pick a card readings, you guys. So make sure you check those out. I have a bunch of them. Peace and love. I'm going to go check on my kid. If you guys are interested in personal reading, I have readings starting from $5, going all the way up to $65.